This is Vader Reviews. We are honored that you would join us. The 90s. Truly a magical time for animated television. The Disney Renaissance was in full swing in theaters. The Disney afternoon filled our television screens with magical shows like DuckTales, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, and my personal favorite, Tailspin. Meanwhile, on Kids WB, Warner Brothers came out swinging with heavy hitters like Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, Batman, and Superman the Animated Series. And with the birth of Cartoon Network, wacky cartoons like Dexter's Laboratory, Powerpuff Girls, and Johnny Bravo would go on to reshape children's animation and define the humor of a generation. But what of the stranger side of children's animation? That's what we're going to discuss today. And if you like weird, wacky 90s humor, you're in luck, because I'll leave a link to where you can see each of these cartoons right here on YouTube. What if the genie from Aladdin was a house pet? If you've ever wondered, have I got a show for you? Neds Noot, created by Andy Knight and Mark Schultz. The series aired on Teletoon in Canada, and later Fox Kids in the US from 1997 to 1999. When young Ned buys a blue newt and feeds it Zippo Newt food, his tiny pet transforms into a manic, zany, fast-talking troublemaker. Voiced by comedian Harlan Williams, who many will recognize as Fred Randall from The Rocket Man. Newton's fourth wall breaks, non-stop celebrity impressions and pop culture references, surreal humor, irreverent tone, and rapid-fire jokes are pure 90s. Unapologetically weird, Newton transforms into a pirate, a superhero, a dinosaur, and even Cher, all in the same episode. Feel like watching E.T. the Extraterrestrial? That is, of course, if the sentimentality and heart of the film was replaced by toilet humor. Well, Space Goofs might be right up your alley. This French import cartoon aired in the US on Fox Kids from 1997 to 2000. When a group of crazy aliens go on vacation, they accidentally crash land on Earth and hide out in a creepy house. The tone of the series is bizarre and filled with 90s gross-out humor and slapstick. I still remember my favorite episode as a kid, Bats in the Belfry, where a group of 1950s-style beatnik bats take over the alien's house. It's utterly ridiculous and crazy in a way that only 90s cartoons can be, and even features a theme song performed by punk legend Iggy Pop. What happens when 90s-era Disney tries to copy Nickelodeon's irreverent, gross-out humor? You get the Shnookhams and Meat funny cartoon show. Created by Bill Kopp, this short-lived series sadly only ran for 13 episodes. But each one had 3 segments of oh glorious 90s weirdness. First, you had Shnookhams and Meat, a pretty average cat and dog comedy duo. It was fun, but the best part of the show by far were Pith Possum, Super Dynamic Possum of Tomorrow, a parody of WB in their popular Batman series, and Tex Tinstar, the best in the West, that featured the voice of Johnny Bravo himself, Jeff Bennett, once again doing his very best Elvis impression, as Sheriff Tex Tinstar, who with the assistance of his stinky sidekick Chafe, defends the West from Rongo and his gang. These 2 segments are silly, chaotic, and good enough to be their own shows. And finally, a show about a fat striped cat. And no, we're not talking about Heathcliff, or Garfield for that matter. I'm talking about Eek the Cat. Created by Savage Steve Holland and Bill Kopp. Produced by Fox Kids, Savage Studios Ltd, and Nelvana, the same studio who animated Boba Fett's first appearance in the Star Wars Holiday Special. Eek the Cat is perfect 90s charm. Like many of the other shows mentioned here, it relied heavily on zany humor and pop culture references, sending up everything from Godzilla and Jaws to Star Trek, in one of my favorite episodes, Eek Space 9, which featured a cameo by William Shatner himself. The show ran from 1992 to 1997, and during the second season, they added my favorite segment, The Terrible Thunder Lizards, which follows a trio of hapless dinosaur mercenaries who have been released from prison to capture 2 humans. The humor once again references various action movies from Predator to Aliens, and even features a cameo from Mr. T himself, as Mr. T-Rex, a tough-as-nails soldier sent to whip the lazy thunder lizards into shape. Couple this with a rockin' theme song composed by none other than Dee Snider of the band Twisted Sister, and you have a totally wizard dinosaur show. But I'll throw it to you. Do you remember any of these shows? I'd left a link to each one of them in the pinned comment. What are your favorites? Kablam, Cartoon Planet, or maybe you were more of an Earthworm Jim fan? Comment below and let me know. Before we go, I want to take a moment to thank my coffee supporters. You guys help make the magic happen around here, and you are totally wizard. Until next time, this has been Vader Reviews. May the Force be with you.